doing and welcome. I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining the player. Subscribe. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Y'all check out a few things. Subscribe to the website. If you would like to support a player around here, you can get something for you and them little ugly ass babies by clicking the Get link on the website. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, click around to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. The link's down there in the description. I need you liking, sharing, telling somebody about a player. We try to get the thumbs up over 500 in every show so we can do something to the algorithm. Listen, we got a PayPal link down in the description. We got $, top and bottom. Willie Williams Show, that is the cash app. And if you just so happen to hit that super chat, please don't go over $5 because the player don't know if he getting it or not. They say I get 30, they say that they get 70. God damn it, I think they getting the whole 100. Remember, the midday news show, if you can't watch it with your eyes and you can't use your peripherals and see a player, big word, I hear any goddamn screen. We do got a thing called a podcast on Anchor and Spotify, the Willie Williams Show. Please follow me on IG and Twitter at the WW Show. Appreciate y'all.
I told y'all I'd be back. And come around here and check on your peoples. What it do, how y'all living? I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining me. This is the Willie Williams Show. Let me get my thing side on up just right for the camera, make it look good. How y'all doing, man, on this wonderful LCD Friday? I hope y'all still alive. I appreciate y'all still living around here in this street, because without you it could not be no me. Thank you. Oh, I forgot something real quick. Hold on, before I always mess up like this right here, but I got to. I messed up and I did it again. Wait a minute. Hold on. Give me a second.
Doing and welcome. I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining the player. Subscribe. Please remember, go around to the...
My bad. Let me look at these numbers. Let me see what we're looking at. I see 70. What is we gonna do about this 70? Dog, my things all messed all up right now. Today is June the 7th, 2024. We is still around here. It's the weekend. Hopefully we're gonna have some fun. Hopefully we're gonna live. Hopefully we're gonna make it to Monday. You know what I'm saying? But at least we're here on Friday. Live your doggone life. I've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing a lot. I've been sharing a lot. A lot of y'all been dying. A lot of y'all picture on a t-shirt. A lot of y'all has not became assets. A lot of y'all who was dead did not become assets. A lot of y'all have became a burden because your family had to come up with that paper, because you decided to not do your due diligence and get you some doggone life insurance. I do understand the argument that people say, well, Willie, if I'm dead, I can't pay nobody. Yeah, but the people in your family want to send you home good. They want to send you home in good fashion. And you can't do that just because they love you and just because they care about you. It costs paper out here in these doggone street. Cincinnati, Ohio's up in the building. What it do. Hopefully the things that I be saying will change y'all mind about having life insurance. Don't leave the people behind you hurt and really grieving really hard. They already grieving real hard because you dead. Don't add on that extra grieving. You dead and we ain't got no money to bury you. That's just stupid. The 229 Albany, Georgia's in the building. Say salute Detroit. What it do. Say the Bronx is up in there. The Bronx, New York. Say what poppin' Pastor? Look at these 30 minutes of fire. Say the D is in the building. Say what up though, Pastor? What it do. The ATL shouted up in the building. What's happening? North Carolina's up in the building. Say hey sugar. Little to North Carolina and they be say pressure check. Say we ain't done yet. No bunnies yet, Pastor. Not yet. Hold up. I keep sitting on this damn hell. The 334, the Gump Monkey Town is up in the building. What it do. Listen, you all got to check your pressure. We need good pressure checks so we can be healthy out here in these streets. And damn it, if you got good blood flow, if you got good blood pressure, you can really have a good time on STD Fridays. Hell, you actually have to have somewhat of a good blood pressure to have a good STD Friday. So we got to at least keep that there up so we can enjoy life for real though. Oklahoma City's up in the building. What it do? Mississippi's up in this thing. The 313 is in the building, hitting the thumbs up, you dig, and sharing, pimping on Facebook. Oh, I appreciate that right there. Everybody watching the play, I say what happening, what it do. We got some news, so I got one for you, especially because it's STD Friday. I got some news because it's STD Friday, and shout out to the person who had to point that out to me on the show earlier about this news. Give yourselves a pat on the back because y'all done hit 100 by 09. I appreciate that right there. Show enough do. Say, Willie, I sent you a judge. Yeah. It's a. You sent me the Judge Simmons versus a sovereign citizen. Hilarious. 19-minute video. Yes, I may have to do something. Damn it. I might surprise y'all on the weekend. I don't know yet, but I saw it. Y'all play too much out here in these doggone street. But I like that judge. Because that judge, he out here testing the player. Listen. The courts have no jurisdiction over you, and you ain't signed documents and all that fly stuff right there, and you ain't your own entity, and you is representing another entity and all that fly shit. Is all cute. It's all cute. Don't be around here by 3 o'clock though. I may have to do that one on the weekend. Shout out to Judge Simmons. That's what's up. I like him. Not playing with you fools out here. For real. And I don't mean to call y'all fools, but at some point you all have to understand that it's not working. I don't understand. Like these people, they don't understand that the sovereign citizen stuff with the courts and the police is just not working. It just don't. I'm sorry. Well, I haven't seen it work. Maybe it worked back in the days or something, but in my adult lifetime, I have not seen it work out here in these streets. So, maybe y'all know something that I don't know. Let's go ahead on and get into a little something. Bam. Hold on. Got it. Make sure this one is because this one got to be first because it is the most important, and we have an update to do also, which the things that we actually thought was going on actually was going on when I talk about this update. Got to be more careful. Oh, got it. There it is. Put them up on the screen, pimp. Put it up on the screen. Listen, if y'all just not coming on in here, we also live on twitch.tv.com, The Willie Williams Show. Appreciate y'all for being over there already. We had 161 followers. We keep trying to get to 165 followers by 9 o'clock. I need 5 more followers by 9 o'clock on twitch.com or twitch.tv.com. I really do. I can't do it without you. I'm begging you. I'm on my hands and knees. I'm begging you right now. Well, I am on my imaginary hands and knees. I'm begging you right now. I need your support. I need sponsorships. It's Friday. It is Friday before y'all going out there and throw your money away. Support a player while you being entertained. I really do appreciate that right there. Well, we got STD news. We have STD news. Let me make sure I grab that. Bam, we got STD news out here in the doggone streets. We have a new sexual transmitted disease. Yeah. I know you ain't know. And it comes in the form of a ringworm. Here we go. Ooh.
Getting the word out about a sexually transmitted form of ringworm that's newly made its way into the U.S. So far, there's one reported case, and it is here in New York. CBS 2's Christy Kalishian shares what doctors know so far.
It's an infection that comes from the same fungus linked to conditions you may know of, like ringworm, jock itch, and athlete's foot.
What makes this case a little bit different is it is a type of ringworm that can cause more inflammatory type lesions, and it can occur in the groin area or the genital area.
Dr. Avram Kaplan led the study and authored a report published in the journal JAMA Dermatology earlier this week on trichophyton mentogrophitis type 7.
Try to say that right there. Trichophyton mentogrophitis. Hold on, let's try it again.
Trichophytis type 7, or TM7. It says sexually weak on trichophyton mentogrophitis type 7, or TM7. It's a sexually transmitted infection that can appear like this in the groin area and can be itchy. So far,
Ooh, that thing can be itchy. Now, who passing this thing around? Who overseas is passing this thing around? Which one of you good people?
the one reported case in the U.S. is in New York City. A man in his 30s, the report says.
It was reported in a journal, which tells you that it's new. We're still learning about it. Because it's just this one case, I think we're really starting to understand how could this have happened.
The study says the patient noticed itchy lesions after a trip to England, Greece, and California, where he said he had sex with multiple male partners. Cases popped up last year in France. Earlier ones were linked to those in contact with sex workers in Southeast Asia.
Oh, so this comes from, or this made it to the great United States from our LGBT brother out here in these streets. Okay, all right.
They have a persistent itchy or painful lesion or eruption around the genital area of the buttocks. That's when they should be seeking medical advice.
You got it around that genital area, the buttocks area. Please go around and get treated for it. It's just a wingworm.
The rash could be mistaken for other conditions. If left or improperly treated, it could lead to infection. Doctors say it is treatable thanks to antifungal therapies. City Health Commissioner Dr. Ashwin Vasan says the doctor's office is always judgment-free.
Shame always gets in the way of getting healthy. So I would say never feel ashamed to go reach out to your doctor.
Doctors say communicating with your partner about having conditions like this is key in preventing the spread. Christy Kalishian, CBS 2 News.
That's what's up.
Make this a summer to share.
Oh, excuse me. This is information that you need out here in the doggone street. Now listen. This is a first. This is a first. We is not used to dealing with wingworm STDs. So the trichophyton. Hold on. Watch. Hold on, the trichophyton thing? What?
Trichophyton mentogrophitis type.
Trichophyton.
Trichophyton mentogrophitis.
Trichophyton mentocrodicin. I think I got it right. Hold on.
On trichophyton mentogrophitis type.
Mentocrophitis. I think I got it. Mentogrophitis. Mentogrophitis type 11. What, 7? Mentogrophitis type 11. 7, damn it. I said
Earlier this week on trichophyton mentogrophitis type.
Trichophyton mentogrophitis. Got it. Listen, be on the lookout for it. So we call it TMT. They should have called it TNT. She gonna make it explode. But look. We got to be careful. Oh, no. We ain't got to be careful today. No. From Saturday through Thursday. Be careful Saturday through Thursday. But today, listen, we need to be out there looking for the ringworm. Y'all also know that they did tell us that this person also came across sex workers, I think in Asia or something like that. So maybe they also telling us that he may have had sexual relations with females.
Multiple male partners. Cases popped up last year in France. Earlier ones were linked to those in contact with sex workers in Southeast Asia.
No. So it had nothing to do with him.
They have a persistent itchy or painful.
That thing that keep itching and you keep scratching, go on around there to the emergency room. Don't worry about it. Shout out to Jermaine for the $1 cash app. Say itchy wingworm, meat, or monkey. It's out here. That is a possibility. Look for it when you finish getting it. Moving right along. I ain't gonna eat much hold you. All right, then we got something for everything, man. We got a little fungi cream or something you rub on that thing and let it air out. You rub some on it, you let it air, you know. It just is what it is. Bam, move right along. We got a situation. I done told y'all out here, you workers. Shout out to all you workers. Make sure that y'all had that fire. And because you may work for Uber and or Lyft, I don't think that there is a policy to where a driver cannot have a firearm. I have no idea why you would not have a firearm as a 1099. Unless the company is saying to not have it, but I don't even know about that right there. But in my mind, due to that line of work, even if the company said that you can't have a firearm, I'm gonna have a firearm. I can't have people behind me like that if I was to decide to, do Uber and or Lyft. I got that thing on me. I got one pointed at you. You know what I'm saying? You don't even see it though. Shout out to Swaggy Dig for the $2 cash shot. You say I tell them just lick around the bumps, baby. You know what I'm saying? Just go in a circular motion, sugar. You know what I'm saying? God, dog, as long as you have a good time while you is getting the STD, ain't nothing wrong with it. Don't let nobody change your mind. Don't let nobody discourage you. It's your life. It's your life. Move right along. Look here. Oh, damn it, I just told y'all. Well, we have a woman. We have a woman that they said done messed around and done kidnapped a Lyft driver at gunpoint. A woman. We be shocked when women do shit. But a woman got a gunpoint, cuz why? You ain't had no gun in the damn car that you own. Look scary. Here we go.
Lafayette police are searching for a woman accused of kidnapping her Lyft driver.
According to authorities, the suspect also had her 5-year-old son in the vehicle when she pointed a gun at the driver's head.
News 10's Britt LaFaso tells us how the rideshare driver managed to escape. Britt.
Dalbert and Darla, this is who police are looking for.
Ooh, look at that beautiful baby right there.
37-year-old Denise Thomas.
Did they say 27 or 37-year-old?
Or 37-year-old Denise Thomas.
That baby 37? Okay.
It's also who this very lucky Lyft driver managed to escape from after allegedly being held at gunpoint in his own vehicle.
According to Lafayette police, the nightmare for the Lyft driver began when he picked up a woman, 37-year-old Denise Thomas, and her 5-year-old son on North University Avenue. Sergeant Robin Green with Lafayette police says the driver gave Thomas his phone and she put in the address where she wanted to be dropped off.
So the suspect at the time became annoyed because the direction that the Lyft driver was driving at the time was not the direction that she wished to go in. The suspect produced a handgun and pointed it at the Lyft driver while he was driving off Ponte Mouton Road and basically told him that you need to bring me home, which the Lyft driver was bringing the suspect home. He was just following the GPS that was provided by his cell phone. At that time, the Lyft driver became afraid and tried to get the gun out of the suspect's hand.
But he couldn't do it, so the Lyft driver did the only thing he could think of.
The Lyft driver purposefully crashes his car into this ditch, and he is finally able to escape.
Oh, wait a minute, pimp. You went too far. Your insurance is going to go up. Boy, you'd have probably been better off getting shot than to crash your own car. That don't make no damn sense. You trying to escape to go well.
He then flags down somebody passing by, gets them to bring him to the nearest business, and that's when he was finally able to call 911.
You wouldn't have had to crash out and ask somebody for a damn lift. Why didn't you just go to the police station? Why didn't you crash at the police station? Well, hell, I still don't want you to crash because your insurance still going to go up.
By the time officers had arrived, Thomas, along with her 5-year-old son, were gone.
He did what he...
Dude, that baby got a Star of David right here. It look like a Star of David. That's a tattoo. That's a tattoo that baby got on the collarbones, stuff like that right there. I don't know how y'all do. Y'all is real strong.
He could do, and that was going off the road, which could have ended deadly, depending on...
She wasn't going to shoot.
If the gun would have went off during the crash. You just never know.
As ride-sharing becomes more popular, Sergeant Green says drivers should be careful and keep stories like these in mind.
Because you don't know the individuals that you're picking up and who's getting inside of your car.
That's why you need that fire.
You don't know their histories. You don't know if they're dealing with something at the time. Whenever they get in the car, whether it's a mental crisis or they just got into an argument with a family member, you just never know who's getting inside of your vehicle.
Again, there is a warrant out for the arrest of this woman,
Oh, we looking for her. Oh, okay.
37-year-old Denise Thomas for aggravated kidnapping. If you know where she is, contact Lafayette Police.
Denise, we need you to turn yourself in, baby. Come on now. We need you to turn yourself in, cutie. Come on round here. I don't think she meant it. It was just a misunderstanding because she was trying to go back to the crib. I guess because she couldn't find the right place to go or put inside the GPS or something. But he was actually taking her back on round there. And she's like, you know what? I think you trying to kidnap me. drive me back to my house, and that's what he was trying to do. But then he got smart. Dude, watch this. So you didn't get paid for this trip. I just want you to know that. Oh, I wonder if Lyft paid him for this pickup. Maybe sort of. But if this is your only, let's say, job, if this is your only income, now you don't have an income. Now your insurance is going to go up. I understand Willie, he was under pressure, had a gun to his head, and he was trying to stay alive. She wasn't going to shoot. That baby wasn't going to shoot. She probably had no damn bullets in the gun. She a single mama. She probably ain't got no damn. But listen, as cute as she is, she catching an Uber with her baby. I do understand at certain times we catching Ubers and Lyfts. I do get that right there. But catching it with your baby like you got to wait on somebody. Because if that baby had a whip, that baby would have not caught no Uber. Not that beautiful baby right there. That means that's poor monkey management also. Notice something. She got poor monkey management and still has a firearm. That's what's up. My man, no bullets, wasn't gonna shoot shit. You know what I'm saying? But you don't damage your damn car, because now your insurance have to fix your own car. And depends on the year of your car, they may just total it out. Depends on if you got that front end damage or you done broke the A-frame or something trying to escape and live. Boy, do you know what type of debt you just put yourself in trying to live? We play too much out here in these doggone streets. Listen, sugar, don't worry about it. Turn yourself in. We just need to talk to you for a minute, baby. Just for a minute. Moving right along. I ain't gonna even much hold you. You gonna wreck your own damn car because you kidnapped. I don't understand that right there, but this is what some of y'all people do. This is how y'all people want to live, and that's how you're gonna live. If y'all just not coming on in, man, we also streaming live on twitch.tv.com, the Willie Williams Show. I appreciate that right there, trying to get these numbers up. I still see 161. I'm saddened. I'm saddened that the numbers is not going up. What we have, I see that we had 153 thumbs up. We had 153 thumbs up. I need some more thumbs up.
Some new developments
recorded. I don't think that they sent out. I don't think they sent out the notifications. I really don't think they gave us a notification. So I need y'all to hit the thumbs up. I need y'all to hit the share button. I've been feeling good all day, and I'm almost about to get depressed. I don't want to get depressed. I don't know. Need your support. I don't get it. Oh, them numbers just dropped. On my end, I just saw 250 people. I looked up at the screen. I looked back down. Let me say 205. I looked back down again. Let me say 166. I say, oh, Jesus. Wow. Wow, they playing with the numbers. Why would they do a player like that? It almost make it don't even want to do the show no more. But since you good people who be supporting the player came on around here, I'm going to go ahead on and finish it on now. Let's go around here to the A real quick, to the YSL trial. The YSL, a gang and the record label, according to the last person who had done said it, and got free and dropped the song and the album, a video or something like that. He free as hell and told y'all that YSL is a gang and a record label. That's what I'm talking about. Well, we had this person named Lil Woody. It was Lil Woody's chance to take the stand. Hold on. Damn it. Gotta grab it. It was Lil Woody's chance to take the stand in the YSL case with Young Thug, the Young Thug Rico case. He took the stand, but Lil Woody pleaded the fifth out here in the doggone street. He was finna be held in contempt and all that. Do y'all know that they gave him a plea? They gave him a deal to where he would not damn it. Well, they gonna say it. He turned his back on the plea. Here we go.
County Courthouse. One of the witnesses in the Young Thug YSL RICO trial was arrested for contempt of court. Lil Woody, whose real name is Kenneth Copeland, invoked his Fifth Amendment right to avoid self-incrimination and to avoid testifying against rapper Young Thug. When prosecutors asked Copeland how old he was, he replied, "I'm grown. I'm an adult." When prosecutors
sound like he raised by a mama, they'll say, "I'm grown. I'm an adult." A grown-ass man. How old are you? I'm grown. I'm an adult. Got it.
Asked Copeland how old he was in terms of years. He replied, I take the fifth.
Damn.
If you don't testify, then I, as the judge in this case, have several remedies. One of those is that I could hold you in contempt and jail you because the way that you get out of that contempt is to just testify. That's the only thing they wanted in this case for you to testify. So your attorneys told me you're going to invoke your Fifth Amendment privilege. Done said. However, the immunity has been signed. I have a copy of that right now. So you're required to testify. So if you don't testify, the state's probably going to ask me to jail you. And I'm probably going to do that.
And that's what happened again.
Player smiled at him. Like, and what, do that. Shout out to AL Lex L for the $5 super chat, supporting the homie. I appreciate that right there. Yeah, free my dog, free Young Thug.
Because he had been granted immunity to testify.
They granted him immunity. Remember, he is also a convicted felon. They granted him immunity to tell on the people. He said, I'm down with Thugger.
And that's what happened again, because he had been granted immunity to testify. Fulton County Chief Judge Ural Glanville ordered Copeland to be held in willful contempt until Monday, since the prosecution had already granted Copeland that immunity in exchange for his testimony. He is a convicted felon who was arrested in October of 2021. After his arrest, he reportedly gave police information about several past and future crimes. Court will resume on Monday.
So he had done snitch or gave her information back in the day. Last year sometime, something like that right there. Now that they want him to take the stand, he's like, I don't know nothing. Bitch, I don't know nothing. I don't even know who y'all talking to. Shout out to Lil Woody. He got a little tattoo in his face. I ain't saying people tattoos in their face are bad people. I just like to point out that they have tattoos in their face.
Done said.
Yeah.
However, the immunity has been signed. I have a copy of that right now. So you're required to testify. So if you don't testify, the state's probably going to ask me to jail you.
Watch his face.
And I'm probably going to do that.
And that's what
smile. Can't nothing about that, boy. I do this time on my head. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Lil Woody taking the stance in the direction that he wanted to take the stand in. And we just still laying around to see what they're gonna do with Thugger, man. Listen, Thugger, I think that they is trying to they trying to bankrupt you, pimp. I really do I think that they trying to bankrupt you. They trying to take everything. Damn it, they trying to take everything from you the same way that they trying to take everything from Diddy. This is a problem. Moving right along. I ain't gonna eat much. Hold you. They trying to tear down these black men out here in these streets. I'm just saying. Damn it, what we got here? What else we got? Where we at? Bam. All right, we got the ringworm out the way. We finna jump on. Okay, we got Lil Mama. Lil Mama out of here. We got Lil Woody. He gone. Bam, we finna do this. We finna do that. We can, damn it, I guess we can go and let the family speak. What it was. Like, I think it was like a good month ago. I had meant to do the story, but I kept missing it. You know, I just kept on missing it. But we had an airman, a United States Air Force man who was killed by a deputy, and they were saying that it was a wrongful shooting and the officer needs to be killed. Well, the officer need to be held accountable. Well, we got the officer. Hold on. Let me go and put y'all up on the screen real quick. This officer here is the one who shot the airman when he opened up the door. He had a firearm in his hand, but he never raised it up to the officer. Like real quick, as soon as he opened up the door, the officer saw the gun and he popped him. You know what I'm saying? So, the mother of the airman who was killed by the county deputy says his firing, so he's been fired. His firing alone won't cut it, meaning that it's not enough. Y'all got to do more than just fire him so he can go to like another department or something like that right there. And she say something else. But here we go.
On Friday, Sheriff Eric Aiden fired the deputy who shot and killed Air Force Senior Airman Roger Fortson in early May. The deputy was identified as Eddie Duran. He served in the U.S. Army from 2003 to 14, and he has more than a decade of experience in law enforcement. The Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs investigation determined Duran's use of deadly force was not, quote, objectively reasonable. And today we're hearing from Fortson's mother and attorney who reacted to the termination and why they say justice has not been served. Tanner Stewart spent the day combing through that report and explains what Fortson's family wants to see next.
Sue, this morning, attorney Ben Crump and Roger Fortson's mother, Mika, both who we've heard from before, addressed the media again, expressing their disbelief over how it's all unfolded.
Ben Crump on the case.
There appears to be an effort to tarnish Roger Fortson's reputation.
This 29-page internal affairs report released Friday reveals a detailed account from many perspectives, including the leasing agent at the apartment complex who called police after a neighbor reported a disturbance to the leasing office. We've learned through the report that the resident who made the initial call was a fellow airman who says they didn't know Roger Fortson personally. The neighbor described to investigators hearing yelling through a vent in their apartment for roughly 30 minutes, saying they'd heard arguing coming from the apartment before that day, adding they were concerned for a child they believed may have been in the residence. Fortson's family attorney Ben Crump doubled down today on the fact that he believes police were at the wrong apartment.
He was in the apartment by himself with his dog Chloe, video chatting with his girlfriend. There was no domestic dispute between a male and female.
It was just him and Chloe and I?
There were no children in his apartment. And so they had the wrong apartment. Period.
Fortson's mother, Mika, says the detailed report isn't enough to bring her closure.
Let's be clear. Don't let this gold teeth fool you guys. I'm not dumb. I want justice for my child. You're not going to throw me a bone.
The investigation details former Deputy Eddie...
Don't let the gold teeth fool you. Shout, shout. I'm not dumb.
Duran's mindset leading up to the shooting and what signs pointed him to believe he was in fear of his life. Duran was asked why he didn't wait for backup. The report states he believed the issue had escalated to a physical altercation. Duran was asked by Internal Affairs if he heard signs of a disturbance as he was walking toward Fortson's apartment. He replied no. After knocking the first time without announcing himself, the report states Duran says he heard something to the effect of referencing police. After Fortson answered the door, Duran described seeing aggression and anger on Fortson's face, telling investigators, quote, "That showed me there was obviously a little discontent for me knocking at the door," close quote. It further states Duran says Fortson was not complying with him between the few seconds that Fortson opens his apartment door and Duran opens fire.
He said he was not complying within the few seconds he opened up the door. Damn, as soon as he opened up the door, you draw your weapon, pimp.
It further states Duran says Fortson was not complying with him between the few seconds that Fortson opens his apartment door and Duran opens fire. Duran stated, based on everything that I had taken into account, I felt 100% that action was going to be my best course as opposed to reaction. The Sheriff's Office determined Duran's actions don't justify the use of deadly force, explaining the investigation doesn't show Fortson making hostile or attacking movements toward the deputy. Fortson's mother says the report is a slap on the wrist for the deputy involved.
That's not justice for me. It's so many lies in that report. It's so much left out in that report. Bring up charges against him. He thought he wasn't going to make it home to his family. Guess what? This one did it.
Attorney Ben Crump says the shooting is simply not justified and fully anticipates criminal charges.
I absolutely believe there would be charges in this case. It would be an affront to justice, I believe, if there are not charges. I mean, you're in your own home. You're in your own home. If you can't be safe in the sanctity of your own home, where can you be safe at?
That's right.
Roger Fortson's girlfriend on the FaceTime call disputes the claims that there was an argument taking place, also stating she never heard law enforcement or Roger acknowledging police. FDLE tells me this afternoon no information is being released as their investigation remains ongoing. In the studio, I'm Tanner Stewart.
Well, I'm going to say it like this right here. You may not like it. God dog. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. To our law enforcement officers,
complying with him between the few seconds that Fortson opens his apartment door and Durant.
You're wrong, pimp. Damn, you was wrong. He said that he did not want to be reactive. He had to be proactive. And I'm thinking that pro is before something and re is after something. So yeah. Proactive mean kill the subject. Or at least wound the subject, shoot the subject. He said that on his face he saw on his face displeasure about him knocking on the damn door. Which that's understandable because that's how I opened up my door. I did it. Listen. You done rung my doorbell. You done knocked on my damn door. I come to the door with my face balled up. Every time I answer the door, I want you to know that you is interrupting me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like for my doors to be knocked on.
Face.
I don't.
Telling investigators, quote, that showed me. There was after knocking the first time without announcing himself, the report states Duran says he heard something to the effect of referencing police. After Fortson answered the door, Duran described seeing aggression and anger on Fortson's face.
Aggression and anger. That's some shit that people see on my face when they knock on my door. I don't deserve to be shot for it, though. Like, I really, really don't. Shout out to Jay for the $2 super chat. To say, you have 10 seconds to comply. Say Ed 209. There it is.
Telling investigators, quote, that showed me. There was obviously a little discontent for me knocking at the door.
Yes, obviously some discontent. You knocking on somebody's door, especially more than one time, and they're busy. They're on face call, and it's just him and Chloe in the house, man. His little Lala ain't even around here. We FaceTiming. He was probably trying to get one off, and you knocking on the door, man. Mad in the mud. What are we doing? And players, listen. If you is, ladies and or gentlemen, if you is into pleasing yourself and somebody knocking on your damn door, let them knock. They will eventually walk away. They will eventually go away. Let them knock. Do not stop your satisfaction, because at that moment you is happy. Your whole everything is happy. Do you know if you stop to tend to somebody knocking at your door, now you're sad. You just depress yourself. Now you have created stress. You depress, you stress, and you still is in need. That's a horrible feeling to have while you home with yourself. Just you and Chloe. So don't do it.
Close quote. It further states Duran says Fortson was not complying with him between the few seconds that Fortson opens his apartment door and Durant opens fire.
Here's a problem that I have. Why we cannot hear the body cam. I need to hear that he was not complying. I don't know how you can say somebody is not complying that fast. Complying with what? Like what was one of your instructions?
Few seconds that Fortson opens his apartment door and Durant opens fire. Duran stated, based on everything that I had taken into account, I felt 100%.
And hold on. So you mean to tell me he already had his gun out then? He already had his gun out for him to be able to raise his gun that fast? Shout out to Vic for the $20 cash app. Say $20 challenge. Appreciate the news. I appreciate that right there. For real, though. For real, though. I think he had his gun out.
States Duran says Fortson was not complying with him between the few seconds that Fortson opens his apartment door and Durant opens fire.
Okay, I think I can tell like when he pulled it. I think I can tell when he pulled it because his body shifted. His camera moved just a little bit. Why? Look.
Complying with him between the few seconds that Fortson opens his apartment door
right there.
And Durant opens fire.
He pulled it quick. But he pulled so quick and pulled the trigger so quick, like, damn.
His apartment door and Durant opens fire.
It was like a second and a half. It was like a second. Well, it was like 2.5 seconds. So I guess that's like a whole second. Huh?
Duran stated, based on everything that I had taken into account, I felt 100% that action was going to be my best course as opposed to reaction.
Yo, 100%. I felt 100% that action was going to be my best course as opposed to a reaction. Your 100% was wrong, pimp. It really was wrong because think about this right here. That's why you got fired. You didn't even give enough time to think. You didn't take enough time to think. You didn't take enough seconds to think, because the thought that you had in that short amount of time was absolutely wrong. You should have gave yourself like 2 more seconds. You know. I'm just saying, move right along. I ain't gonna be much hold you. Right is right. When I see it, right is right, wrong is wrong. But I can't. Damn it, they still need to release the body cam, because I would love to know what was actually said to where he felt as if he was not complying. Just in my mind. Anyway, I got to take you on out here to, what is that, Denver. We're going to Denver. People in Denver, Colorado. We got this thing called human trafficking. Yeah. Oh boy, here we go again. We got this thing called human trafficking. We have a convicted Denver human trafficker. He gets sentenced. They done sentenced a human trafficker to 448 years. Something is clearly wrong with the system. Here we go.
Developing now an incredibly lengthy sentence handed down in the last hour and a half in multiple human trafficking cases.
The victims of this man, Robert Hawkins, detailing the horror they went through before a judge delivered that sentence that will take multiple lifetimes to fulfill. Fox 31's Nicole Fierro joins us live at the courthouse with this historic sentence. Nicole?
Yeah, 448 years. Robert Hawkins is now facing, and the head prosecutor says that she believes this is the longest human trafficking sentence in U.S. history. The longest one before this, also out of Colorado, that was 401 years. News victims tell us they're happy that they faced their fears, they testified, and spoke to be a part of this history. Now,
so Colorado giving 400 years out here in these streets, because this is like the second time. Colorado ain't playing with y'all. Well, Denver is giving out 400s. Yeah, know what I'm saying? So stay in the state that you in. Do not commit any type of crimes in Denver.
448 years came out of more than a dozen counts against Hawkins in 3 cases that covered 7 victims, 4 adult women, 2 juvenile girls, and 1 man. We heard from them, the 13-year-old girl who said Hawkins was 40 when she was manipulated by him. She is 17 today. The lifelong sentence these victims say they face every day after the trauma of sex trafficking and human trafficking under Hawkins. Now, with each count, prosecution read a victim's name it was connected to. Prosecution also pointed to a note in the pre-sentencing investigation report. It did say between 1997 and 2003, Hawkins was arrested, cited or detained for 57 offenses in 20-plus cases. They were all dismissed. They also said he got probation in 2012 when charged with pimping of a child back then, because that 16-year-old in that case was too afraid to speak. Now, we didn't hear from Hawkins himself. His attorney said he advised him not to speak because they plan to appeal. His attorney also said the defense attorney said that victims were sanitized and made to be pure victims in this trial, and that the truth is a lot more grayer. Now let's hear.
He said, "Oh, slow down, baby. The victims were sanitized." You mean like the sanitize that we put on our hands and the stuff that we was using like in C19 or something like that right there? What is the baby talking about? Shout out to Tony for the $5 super chat. He say body cam audio starts after 30 seconds. He say, I bet his mic never came on. You might be right by that right there. Shout out to George for the $20 cash out. Say, notice more Hispanic cops are killing blacks now. Ooh, y'all better watch out.
From one of the victims herself and a juror in this case that went 15 days long. The juror is going to speak first.
The weight of it, knowing that so many people had experienced such trauma and such over such long periods of time, it was really just difficult to hear those testimonies and those stories.
It feels great. I just want other women, children, men, kids. It's not just women, and it's not just men that sex traffic people. It's also women, and I just want whoever is a victim to come forward, and it's okay. It's okay to come forward and get justice that they deserve.
Okay.
That victim tells us the first time in years tonight she believes she is going to sleep well tonight, that it was scary seeing him in court again. Now also, this ended right around 4 o'clock, immediately after we spoke to the juror, the victim. Then we went right into a press conference with the DA, the FBI, Denver police. They say that they hope this historical sentence sends a message that human trafficking will not be tolerated in this community and will be aggressively prosecuted. We'll hear a lot more from them coming up tonight. Reporting live here in Denver, Nicole Fierro.
Well, hell, let's just think about it like this right here. If they think that this is going to deter people from human trafficking, y'all just told us that y'all had a case before this that somebody got over 400 years. Y'all just said y'all had another case that got over 400 years. We just heard, or I just heard for the first time in history, ever since I've been doing this, that a man was being human trafficked. Now, I'm not saying that it don't happen. I have been saying I have never heard of it. Of a man being, no, I was speaking on a man being sex trafficked. But I guess the sex can fall under the human trafficking thing too. I have no idea. 4 women, 2 juveniles, 1 man testified in their cases. Arrested, cited, detained for 57 offenses between 97 and 03. How do you get 57 offenses and you not still in jail? But he was able to get out. He was get on probation for pimping the child. I didn't know that you get on probation for pimping a child. I really didn't know that. But these are the things that is carrying out. So out of 7 people got you 448 years?
Girl who said Hawkins was 40 when she was manipulated by him. She is 17 today.
She was 40 when she was manipulated. See, the manipulation thing is, damn it, can we say that manipulation is not physical? Well, I guess it can be physical. Well, I think, well, maybe it can be physical, but typically when we talk about manipulation, it's just through words. It's not physical. But I could be wrong, though.
Years came out of more than a dozen counts against Hawkins in 3 cases that covered 7 victims, 4 adult women, 2 juvenile girls, and 1 man. We heard from them. The 13-year-old girl who said Hawkins was 40 when she was manipulated by him. She is 17 today. The lifelong sentence these victims say they face every day after the trauma of sex trafficking and human trafficking under Hawkins. Now, with each count, prosecution read a victim's name it was connected to. Prosecution also pointed to a note in the pre-sentencing investigation report. It did say between 1997 and 2003, Hawkins was arrested, cited.
Enough is enough. Well, butt it down bad right now. But look here. Again, I will still always say this right here. You say Willie, the man, was a punk. Well, listen, he wasn't a coward. I just want to say this to you good people out here. Just in my mind, if you is not shackled up, if you're not changed up, I don't feel sorry for you at all. But who am I? I am just one human being that thinks this way, that I know of. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, I'm talking about as an adult. As an adult, I'm gonna give the kid, the little churn, I'm gonna give them the pass. But you adult as women, and they said a man, so that was a adult too. If you was not tied up, boy, I ain't got no sympathy for you. I'm sorry, you had a way. You had a way to be free. I promise you, you did. And hell, one thing about these people who be, let's say, pimping and or human and sex trafficking, the one thing that they all have in common, watch this. The one thing that they all have in common is they be going to sleep. They be taking naps. They really like go to sleep, like night. And they still have you trafficking. And y'all be around them a lot of times when they do be sleep. And when you can treat people a certain type of way and or have them sexing and humaning, and you got the balls to go to sleep, boy, that ain't no coward right there. I promise you that ain't no coward. Well, player, we ain't gonna see you for a good little minute. Write a book. Something like that right there. Appreciate y'all for rocking. Moving right along. I ain't gonna eat much hold ya. Bam! Get them off my screen. Get them off my screen. You don't mess around and got caught and messed it up for everybody out here in the goddamn screen. Bam it. What is this? It's 2 minutes, but damn, I'm not gonna be able to knock them off. Damn it, I did say that we have an update. Yes, we have this update, and I'm finna squeeze this update in right now. Remember, we are going to the R. We are going to the ARA. Let me make sure I put the R up on the screen. We're going to the ARA at 9 o'clock. But let me put this up here. Damn it, we have more people arrested. Well, more arrests is made in the Houston's woman's killing in Seminole County. Remember, the wifey drove from down south and came up to Central Florida to so-called meet family members, and the husband knew it and all that stuff, but she got knocked off and burnt up. Oh, watch this.
And now to a Local 10 update. 2 more men have been arrested and indicted in connection to the carjacking, kidnapping, and murder of a Homestead woman. That incident happened back in April.
It was a brazen daylight kidnapping that seemed to be all tied up. But yesterday, prosecutors dropped a bombshell in court when they revealed 4 people were behind the kidnapping and killing of Catherine Aguas Vivas back in April. They say Giovanni Crespo Hernandez, the man Aguas Vivas drove up from South Florida to meet, who until now was only facing drug charges.
She left Homestead to meet him. So now we know she did not come to Central Florida to meet a family member like they lied about. Well, like the husband had said. Shout out to Sensei for the $2 super chat. Say, Pastor, most pimps don't sleep. Hoes to knock. Ooh, got some hoes out there to knock. Get some more hoes out here. Here we go.
Made the call to his co-conspirators because he wanted to rob her of $170,000 in drug money.
He knew she had 170. Now, when I tell y'all that this was a come up, this was a come up.
She was picking up from him. Images then showing the alleged kidnappers, Jordanish Torres Garcia and Kevin Ocasio Justiniano, buying lighter fluid at a gas station as they went to intercept their victim. Another picture showing the convoy of cars driving down the 417 where Aguas Vivas would be doused in the fluid, shot, her and her car set on fire. The latest arrests also include a Central Florida man, Derek Alexis Rodriguez Bunella, who prosecutors say drove to the construction site in his mother's car and gave the kidnappers the gun used to shoot both Aguas Vivas and a Taft tow truck driver in a drive-by.
This fool got his mama car, so not having his own car. Y'all wild.
Night before the kidnapping. Prosecutors say after the tow truck driver died, the suspects took something out of the back of his truck, but did not give any specifics. According to court documents, some of the suspects have already given partial confessions, which will make it harder for their attorneys to defend them. The maximum sentence each of the 4 men could get is death.
While also facing multiple felonies in this case, former Orange County Sheriff's Deputy Francisco Estrella. Well, he's accused of illegally accessing and sharing information about this case with the victim's husband, a childhood friend of the deputy's wife. However, Estrella claims that they have wrongfully linked him to the crimes.
Wrongfully linked them. But listen, the husband still living in the husband good right now. She lost her life on the drug transaction. I do understand sometimes we trying to get it out here in the doggone street, and I am not mad at y'all for trying to get it. And I know a lot of people be like, you should leave drugs alone and get a job and all that fly stuff right there. But look here. A lot of people say cheating is not the way to do things. I'm talking about cheating as far as getting your paper out here in these streets. Well, I'm talking about cheating in, like, we would call it cheating like selling dope and stripping. That's cheating your way to the top because you getting fast money. Fast money is cheating. And in my mind, I would tell people, boy, if you can get that fast money, go ahead on to get that goddamn fast money. Don't let us fool you. Don't let us deter you saying, no, no, no. Do it the long way. Do it the long way, man. If y'all get 170 right now, you better go ahead on to get the 170. Now, I'm not telling y'all to take anybody's life to get it. All I'm saying, if you have the opportunity to go ahead on and get it real fast, you go ahead on and get it real fast. That's what's up. moving right along. Damn, give yourself a pat on the back. Y'all done made it to the end of the nightly news on this wonderful SED Friday. Man, I appreciate y'all for joining the play. We only got 229 likes. Hell, damn it, the numbers been down anyway. So it just is what it is, man. YouTube be doing their thing. I promise you they do. We had 290 watches. I saw it go up to 320, but I ain't even much gonna trip. This is why I need your support, and this is why I will continue to ask y'all for the thumbs ups. I will continue to ask y'all for the likes. Thank you. We're going over to the R. The link is down there in the description. Players, prostate cancer awareness around here at the Willie Williams Show says just a finger. So your prostate don't work, your meat don't work. Mess around and lose your la-la and or your life. It's your choice. You make the call. Your body, your booty. I am here to help. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm is. I appreciate y'all for rocking, man. I'm out of here. It starts at 9 o'clock. I'm gone. Peace.